Real quick, I just want to say I think Jason Kelce being nominated for Walter Payton Man of the Year. I think that's a tremendous honor to be nominated for that prestigious award. That's one of the biggest awards I think in all of sports. So tremendous honor. Hats off to him for what he does for this league.
We'll get started here with John McMullen and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, Shane. Just wanted to get your perspective on Gardner and what went right with the passing game, the efficiency of the passing game, especially in the first half there when he was really cooking.
Yeah, no, I thought he played a heck of a game. He was efficient, getting the ball in his hands, getting completions, and moving the chains. And I think that's a tribute to his preparation that he puts in every week, and also the guys. I mean, it was a team win. Miles, went for over 100 yards. Dallas had a big game. Offensive line blocked their tails off. So it was a complete effort by everyone in getting it going.
Go ahead, Ed, and then Tim McManus.
Yeah, hi, Shane. I wanted to ask you about Dallas Goedert. I think he was targeted on the first 4 throws from Gardner. Was that kind of a concerted effort to get him the ball early on, coming out of a game a week ago where he didn't have any yards receiving?
Yeah, I think with any game plan, I know I've said this before, but we always want to get our guys the ball, and we always have targets up for those guys. And when you hit the right coverages on a few of those things, they hit for big plays. We hit the big touchdown to them. The third down, we got the coverage we wanted, and hit the big play to them there. And then obviously some of those screens, we got those things going early, so it was good to see.
Go ahead, Tim, and then Chris Franklin.
And I'm curious what the biggest area of growth you've seen out of Devonta Smith is.
I think the biggest thing is he's such a talented player in general, and his route running ability is really good, but he sees the game really well. And when the coverages change, he knows how to adjust his route. And when it's zone coverage, he knows where to sit in the dead spots. And then at the line of scrimmage, his first step off the line of scrimmage continues to improve, and he can create that separation to win the one-on-ones.
Go ahead, Chris, and then Martin Frank.
Hey, Shane. Kenny Gainwell got to see some action on Sunday. After looking at the film, how would you assess the way he played after being inactive the previous week?
He was great. He did a good job. Obviously, hit the big touchdown run. That third touchdown run, it was a great job by the offensive line on the double team, on the 3 technique, and then hitting it and seeing it, and Reagor making the block for him, and it was one-on-one with the corner. He did a heck of a job there, and then coming out of the backfield, catching those footballs and hitting it. And he's an explosive player. We're glad we have him on our team, but again, he saw the holes well. He hit it well. He had a good game.
Go ahead, Martin, and then Bo Wolf.
Hey, Shane. I want to ask you about the rookies in general on offense who are getting a chance to play a lot. I mean, obviously Devonta and Landon and Kenny. How much does this experience kind of help them, knowing that you guys are, going for a playoff berth and everything like that, playing these critical games and having a large role in that? I know obviously Devonta and Landon have done this at Alabama and stuff, but still, I mean, I'm sure it's different in the NFL.
Yeah, no question. I think it's a tremendous opportunity for all 3 of those guys. And again, it was a great job, drafting those guys by Howie and his staff. I mean, those are 3 really good players. They're going to have a good future in this league for a long time. And you can see the growth they've made throughout the weeks, and they continue to get better. And it's a tribute to them putting the effort in, and also their position coaches for working with them day in and day out to get those guys better. So we just want to continue to improve on their performances every week and continue to get better every day.
Bo, and then Mike K.
Hey, Shane, could you tell us what Jalen was like during the game on Sunday? How involved was he on the headset and stuff like that? And what was your perspective of what he did?
Yeah, no, he was great. He was very involved, obviously on the sidelines when we were talking through things, looking at certain, the pictures, looking at the next series, the drive, having good conversations on the sidelines with myself, Gardner, Brian, all those guys. So it was good to see him. He was very involved, and he was in tune.
Go ahead, Mike, and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Shane, I was just curious, what does Jalen Reagor do well that complements their team personnel?
He's got really good speed. So a lot of that stuff with him in there, obviously we ran it pretty good there in those situations, but he's got speed to take the top off. So if we ever want to take shots in those personnel groups, he has the speed to do it.
Zach, and then Ed Kratz.
Shane, what can Jalen Hurts learn or apply to his next start from watching Gardner?
I think with anything, everyone learns from everybody, right? Just like Gardner learns from Jalen. There's a lot of things unique about both of those guys. They're their own player. But I think with any position, you learn from each other, right? So, like, for instance, like Miles learns something from Kenny, Kenny learns something from Miles, or Dallas learns something from Zach. All those different things. I think everyone learns from each other. Coaches learn from each other. And then anything you can take from one another, right? You take it and apply it to your game.
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, hey Shane. Nick was asked the other day about snap counts and Devonta Smith not getting as many snaps as Quez or Reagor, and he said 13 personnel was one of the reasons why. And what was it about 13 personnel that you guys liked against this Jets defense?
Well, I think in general, I think it's week to week, right? It's week to week and not getting into too much scheme stuff about the Jets and what they do defensively. That's more so what it is than anything is, what do we go into the game plan with that personnel group? Who's that going to be, that receiver in 13 personnel? And it just happened to be Reagor this week.